Hello and Sawubona, I'm Little Lotta, and today I decided to switch it up a little bit with my content style because I wanted to do something that involves like more of my artwork and my drawing. So I decided to do a redesign video. I love watching redesign videos because I love seeing people's perspectives on characters. So the movie I chose to do redesigns from is the movie Khumba. Now, if you're not South African, I'm sure the chances of you knowing that this movie exists are like in the negative numbers. But Kumba is basically it's like Lion King but with zebras. I'm not even gonna say Lion King. It's really like its own story. So without further ado, we're just gonna jump right into Kumba. I'll describe the character and like plot relevance points and just things I love about the series as I'm busy drawing. So yeah. Funnily enough, I'm not actually doing the main character first for this redesign. I'm doing Tombi. She's basically Kumba's best friend slash girlfriend. Like I think they get together at the end of the movie. I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm misremembering. I watched the movie like two weeks ago. So and before that I haven't watched it in like years. Like I just decided to rewatch it for the drawing. But yeah, Tombi, I love her as a character. She's like really tomboyish, right? And she was the only person like backing up Kumba throughout the entire movie. Well, not for the entire movie. Like at the end, when after they thought he died, people came around to Kumba, but she was like just always like she always stood by him, and I always like I found her admirable for that throughout the movie because like the other people were tripping. There's no way just this man's lack of stripes on his ass is causing a drought, guys. Please use sense. But also like the townspeople were kind of right because it did like the water came back mysteriously at the end of the movie, but it didn't require Kumba to die for that, so they were tripping. Now, just to clarify, because I'm kind of running away with the plot now, but for my redesign, I'm doing, if you haven't noticed already, I'm redesigning them as like human characters. And so, like, when I was redesigning Tombi, that's why I gave her like based on her personality, I gave her like the really wide, like the wide stance, sassy, hand on the hip, like just a proud demeanor was what I was going for when I was drawing her stance. And I really like the idea of like just the fro, like not like a bun, but like pushed back fro, right? I really like that idea. And the clothes, I decided to do like patterns on the clothes to be like stand in stripes, right? So that's what I decided to do for Tombi. And in the hair as well, I wanted to have like streaks of white in the hair and have the hair black and like gold jewelry to just for flair. I just wanted to add like the gold jewelry for flair because I thought it would look like super cool, super stylish, right? So that's like my thought process through this. I was like, okay, I need to like make it look like the stripes because I won't be able to like just have stripes on their bodies, right? Because I gave her like face markings, like face paint, right, for on her face, like just like warrior stripes because she has a very strong personality. But because I couldn't have like just the stripes on their bodies, I decided to go with like striped, very eccentric patterned clothing, right? And hers, I wanted like on the hips. I wanted the stripes, the stripe things on the hips. I don't know how to describe what I drew. Also, like if you're wondering the hands and feet situation, I just felt like they should be darker because it's like that hoof aesthetic because their hooves are darker. But anyway, here she is. I love the way I did her. I don't know if you like it, but yeah. All right, next up, which is the last character for this video, is the main character, Kumba himself. Now, Kumba, when he's introduced, like it's when he's just born, that's when they introduce him. And it's revealed to everyone that like he's only half striped, and everyone like makes fun of him because, half stripes, and they think he's cursed because like there's a drought after he's born. And the whole movie of Kumba, like the whole plot is basically just learning to love your skin. Like that his mom named him Skin because Like she tells him a story about when the first zebras existed and no one had stripes, but then someone swam in a magic waterhole and they got stripes. And originally Kumba wants to get his stripes, right? He makes that's the initial plot of the movie. He needs to go to this magic watering hole. He wants to go to this magic watering hole to get the rest of his stripes, right? Because he doesn't want to be different anymore. But his mom, she dies, unfortunately, but she explains to him that, maybe it's not so bad to be different. And I think that's a very good moral for a story, learning to love your skin. I think I thought it was a very beautiful moral, and I actually really I'd say Kumba is my second favorite character in the story. My favorite is Mama V for 100%, but my second favorite would definitely be Kumba. Like it's one of the first times like I like the protagonist of a show. I normally tend to cling to side characters, but I really enjoyed Kumba as a character. He's adorable. He's adorable. He's just out here operating, being oblivious. Oh, and the Springbokker, yo, the Springbokker guys, they were hilarious. If you watch this movie, those Springbokker, I think never mind. They are my favorite characters. All of them, the whole herd, they are my favorite characters. But anyway, yeah. So for my Kumba design, as you can see, like I decided to make the top black pattern heavy, of course, and then just like plain white pants because he has the stripes on the top, like, and then the rest is just like white. But I did make the pants like I use like different like sort of shades, so it's like a beige-ish color, and like the bottom part of the pants are like a very darker beige. So just to switch it up, so it's not all completely the same, right? Like the sleeves are like a different kind of shade to the pants. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. I decided to give him the jewels on the collar of his shirt and like the on his ankles, right? Because I had to bedazzle them. I had to give them jewelry, right, to make it fancy. And if you're wondering why sandals, it was the first thing that came to my mind for the human designs. I think for further designs, I'm not sure. Like, cause thing is, I want to do Pongo next, right? But I don't think I'm gonna give him sandals. I think just for the zebras, my mind, like just for the hoof, like that. I don't know. When I thought of hoofs, I thought sandals. I don't know. I don't. There's no correlation. There's no like obvious correlation, but my brain said hoofs equals sandals. So yeah, that's why I did that. And hair, I decided to give him a mohawk. I didn't want to make it like I made it like puffy, like a thingy, like afro-ish, like very curly mohawk, and like it's braided up into the mohawk. But I didn't want to give him like the side dreads because the the zebras have like the mane, right? That's why I put like everyone's hair like upwards because they have like the mane. So I wanted everyone's hair to be like in a up hairstyle. I don't know how else to describe it, but I was so afraid I was going to end up with Miles Morales the Miles Morales Killmonger hair. So that's why I didn't end up dreading it because I was scared it's gonna turn into that hairstyle, and that hairstyle is everywhere. Oh my goodness! But yeah, that was my game plan when I was designing Kumba, and of course, again, another dark skin because duh, it's set in Africa. Of course, I'm gonna make the people black. But yeah, that was basically my thought process for Kumba's human design. I actually liked the way like I did the coat thing hanging over his shirt. I really like. The only thing I feel like I should have changed maybe, but like I only realized it too late. I realized as I was finishing up. I realized that maybe I should have like chosen like shorter clothes because it's a warm climate where they're staying at. But anyway, here is my Kumba design. Hope you like it. Here is him in all his glory. So yeah, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like Tombi's design more, please put the horse emoji in the comments. If you like Kumba's design more, please put the unicorn emoji in the comments just so I can see where I was cooking and where I wasn't. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Toodles!